lunch battle of the week is between Brandon Boudreaux in the black gi and Aaron Daigle in the white gi. Yep, Brandon's just waiting for a 5. Aaron's not even paying attention. All right, so slap bump. And Brandon just pulled guard immediately. I'd have liked to seen a little bit, at least try for a takedown. Play it a bit and see where it goes. That way you're at least trying to develop that skill set. So right now they're battling for posture control. So Aaron wants to keep his posture. He really wants to be looking ahead right now. So you see how he's looking down. It's going to help Brandon be able to actually break down his posture a little bit. So you really want those eyes ahead, looking straight forward. So Aaron's doing a good job of actually setting up his grips, and Brandon is as well. So Brandon's trying to attack that one sleeve with both of his arms, maybe looking for an arm drag of some sort to try to take the back or sweep. And he's climbing a little bit higher on the collar. Aaron sort of addresses the grip by driving down on that elbow and forearm. So Brandon's already got a good control of that right sleeve of Aaron, and he's trying to drag it across. So that was really nice. He actually tried to start attacking the left arm to look for an arm lock. So then he tries to sit over sweep. So right here, this is all about posture. I mean, both of them are battling for that posture. And Brandon wants to break down Aaron's posture, and Aaron's trying to keep that posture. So this really is a battle of posture from the closed guard. Okay, so anytime somebody frames on your neck like Aaron just did with Brandon, it's a really, really good option to just pop that elbow across and look for an arm drag there. So, you feel good sometimes about framing on the neck like he's doing right now, but it gets you in a lot of trouble if the guy just pays attention to your elbow position. He can drag that arm and take your back. So you're almost inviting him to take your back every single time you do that. So want to steer clear of doing that if you're the guy on top trying to keep your posture from somebody's close guard. So again, they're just playing around for grips still. Nobody's established enough of an advantage to gain any real position here. So it's still just straight battle from close guard. So Brandon's getting a little more aggressive for his sweeps. And right there, you seen him try to hip bump sweep a second ago. And what Aaron did a really good job of is actually keeping his base, posting his hand, and basically doing like a standing base from his knees, if that makes sense, to be able to keep his hips pointed down so that he's not going back to the mat. So that was real good active reaction from Aaron. So Shaggy's got this grip on the collar right here. You'd like to climb that grip up a little higher as time goes. So you see him reaching his right hand through to start setting up maybe a collar choke. Now right here, he has a good attack he can start making on the arm because he's got Aaron's arm dragged. So all he's got to do is keep that arm pinned. So he lost Aaron's left arm. Aaron was able to recover his left elbow past Brandon's center line. And all right, okay, I'm not sure exactly what that was. I think he was trying to maybe elevate him with his closed guard or something, but they just kind of spun like a ball. So Aaron's trying to drive a collar into Brandon's neck, looking to open his feet just from, so that was the beginning of that kind of like a pendulum sweep. So when he drove that collar across the neck, he was giving up his elbow position. So he lost control of his right arm because he went past Brandon's center line. And so anytime you do that, you're going to leave yourself exposed to be able to get your arm trapped and look for a pendulum sweep. So from here, Brandon just got to keep the mount. So keep your base in, stay nice and heavy with your hips, and don't overcommit to anything. Remember, one of the jobs with mount is just to get you back control. So that's actually, I can't even say it's the job. It's the one goal of the position is to get you to the guy's back. It's not to finish him. It's not to arm lock him. It's not to choke him. Yes, all of those are options, but the main goal is just to get you to a better position. And in the process of getting that better position, at times guys will leave you an attack that you can exploit. So just keep that in mind. So right here, keep climbing yourself up, Brandon, a little higher towards those elbows. So right here, he's got Aaron's elbows like really exposed. And Aaron needs to be fighting to get those back. So, yeah, I mean, he battled his way out of that one. It wasn't super technical, but he figured it out, which is part of what you're going to learn in jiu-jitsu is problem solving. Now, you see Aaron just grabbed across that collar again. So This is a thing that he needs to really take into consideration. See how he's reaching for that cross collar grip? Every single time he does that, he's exposing his elbow to be swept. So want to keep that in mind. So Brandon's looking for an arm lock. He's trying to cut that angle to be able to make that attack. Now, sometimes you just got to go. You know, if the guy's elbow's exposed, sometimes you just make the attempt and you be ready to close your guard back again in case anything goes wrong. So Aaron's actually doing a good job here of building his posture up. So one thing you want to be able to do when you're in somebody's closed guard, if you can't open their guard from your knees, you constantly look to elevate your position to be able to put more pressure on their feet with their own body weight. So he was doing a good job of that until he lost his elbow position again and got swept. So now, Aaron, you want to be on the bottom, trying to keep your elbows in tight. So right there, you could bump your hips a little bit to try to make him have to lose control of that elbow. So active hips right here. Bump your hips, make his hand have to go to the mat. So that's how you're going to keep yourself safe. Just constantly make these little bumps anytime guys try to make adjustments to make an attack, like scooping up your elbow, just like that. That's good. So that's what you want to be able to keep on doing from the bottom to be able to survive longer. So from here, Brandon needs to just, again, stick your position, allow the guy on bottom to tell you where to go. So hold your position good enough to be able to expose the back. So Aaron's making these bridges to try to make his escape work. And right here, like, okay, so he's giving you a gift wrap right there, Brandon. You should take that gift wrap and give up on the Americana. You don't have the Americana right there. You need to drag the elbow towards the hip line. So it looks bad, but it's not really a whole lot of pressure that you're putting on the submission right there. The angle's not right. So right here, if you drag the elbow towards his ribs, you would actually get that finish. So again, he exposes the back. Take the back, settle into your position, get your second hook. So you're flattening him out right here. This is all good. Aaron, you want to make sure you keep your belly off the ground. So from here, you need to start thinking about turning. You need to be able to pin Brandon to the bottom with your body. You got to be able to figure out ways to do that from here. And this is a terrible position to get caught in. It's just awful. I mean, you get stuck here, and if you can't get your knees to the mat and start getting your hips in a better position to get your belly from the bottom, you're just going to be on the bottom stuck, and the guy's going to ride you out. So figure out a way to get to your side or get your knees on the mat so you can at least gain some mobility. So looking to turn, you might be able to come up. So Brandon's actually got a choke going right now. Aaron, you need to turn with the choke. So right here, you'd want to be looking over your right shoulder. You'd actually be giving up your back again. You're trying to square yourself up to him, but that's going to tighten the choke a little bit. So Brandon's got the choke going. He's still going that collar. See if he can get a finish here. A good round of rolling. These guys kind of didn't know when it was going to end, so it was supposed to be a 5-minute round, and we kind of shut the clock off and let him go until somebody got a finish. So good roll, you two.